tutorial, we are going to see how to check new version available on the App Store and Play Store. As you see, we have already created a project. After creating project for the next, we are going to add the packages that we'll be using implementing our day activity. So we are going to use 3 packages to implement our tutorial. For 3 packages we'll be using includes Dialog for making HTTP requests to get the latest version available, and for another package for checking the version, and another package for getting the platform version built in with the app. So as you know, while deploying the application, the Play Store or the App Store, there is a build number and the version number of the app we specify while building, that is even available on the Play Store and the App Store. We have to put that package will be checking those versions from that's built in with the app. So by start, let's put those packages inside our app. So the first package we have to put is Dialog. So let's get the Dialog package from the pub dev. So we add it here, and after adding Dialog, we also has to add another package called the version. This package will help us to parse, so we can parse it and get the comparable version, so that we can compare 2 different versions. So we have to compare version from our API and the version we have from built-in app. So let's get the version. This is the one. We get this, we put it in here, and another package is called package info. This is going to retrieve the version number that is available inside the app. So this package will also help us. Let's add it here, and we run pub-get to refresh and synchronize the packages to our development editors. So now we are going to build the app with our required package for today's tutorial. Let's go. So while building, so let's check. So we have created a simple API that will help us. Here you see we have an API that's running on the localhost we created. We have to pass a parameter, a URL parameter to make sure which platform, which device are we going to check the version of it. Here you have your own implementation, the backend, and how you save data. For here you will pass whether iOS, Android, Windows, and there's everything else that you need to check version for it. So it means that the data will be returned in the body of the response. It will represent the platform you passed. Here you are going to get the response of the versions of the iOS. If you pass the Android, that will be the same, and that will be your implementation on the back end. You don't have to focus on that. By coming back, we can see that it has finished to build. So for now, we are going to call this API in our application, so that we can get the version from the backend and we compare with the version we have in our application. So if we find that the version in the application is less than the update version on our website, it means that we have to pop up the dialog box telling him to update. And you also included the minimum version, telling this if the version available in the app is less than the minimum version to be supported by the current APIs. We will force the user to update the application, so we not let him use the app. So we have to block the UI so that he cannot do something else. So by start, let's try to call this API. So let's add here an implementation for, we call it declare a future function, call it check version. It has to be asynchronous because you have to wait the backend thread to return the data. So we have to call dio.get, we pass the full path, then we get the data. So we have to insert await, we declare the variable for the response. So we check if the response.status code equal to 200 to check that they have done the valid response. So after getting the response, you have response.data. We get data, and we know that our data are map. So we cast to get map variable var map, so we can get all data as desired. So after getting this, we are also going, so this means that we have this response body from the postman. We have the version, the minimum version, and the URL. This URL is the URL that we will be redirecting to, so that the user can update the app. Eventually this link opens the browser or the app store or the play store from your app. So we have also we also use the link to open the app. So and after that, we are also going to get a version from the app to get the version of the installed app. So we have to use another package called package4 from platform, then version. So for now we have the version from the app, and with the another package we added, so that we are going to parse this version has as a string, so that we can compare them. We have to pass this string, so we declare this as the variable, then we call it var app version. So we have to parse also the online version that's available online, the latest. Let's call it latest version. We have to parse map, we get here the key called the version, and we have to go to also minimum latest minimum version. Have to get min version. So by getting the minimum version, so we have to also to compare those two versions. We say if app version is less than latest version, we have to show dialog telling the user to update. So we have to show alert dialog telling user to update the application. Update app body to content, we have to tell him text update version from, we show him his current version to the new version. So you can see here we have to show him his new version. So you have also to check if it's mounted, check that the widget is still active. This is what we are going to do. So another thing, we have also to check the minimum version. If the minimum version, if the app is less, the app version is less than the minimum version, we reblock the user interface so that user cannot do something else. We have to lock the dialog box and not allow him to use the back button so that it can close the dialog. The dialog will stay there, only activate the button to update the URL. So you are going to check the minimum version. We are declare a boolean variable var check min. So we say app version less than minimum version. So with the annotated dialog, we have to add a widget called with pop scope to make sure we are going to disable the back button if we are going to disable the back button if the app version is less than the minimum possible version. So future.value, we have to check min. So it means that if the app version is less than the minimum supported version, you will not allow the user to pop up the update button. But if it's greater than the minimum, we'll tell him to update, but optionally. So it means he can update or leave it. So this is what we are going to do. And with this show dialog, we have a option called dismissible. We have a barrier dismissible. We have barrier dismissible. Check min version. So here it's not true. We're going to yes. If app version is greater than or equal, it means your barrier will be dismissible, and we allow the user to get. And this check version is, we are going to call it in the init state to make sure whenever the app run, we will check that it has the current version. We have widgets binding .instance .add post frame from callback to check that the widget has finished building. So we call the check version function. So we are going to load to check that it has to check the version. Increment counter. So we have to remove this error. Yes, there is an error here. We can even remove this floating button. So let's run and check. So you can see that there is a dialog box telling us to update from version 1.00 to 1.112. This is the version from our API that we are telling the user to update. And you can see it cannot cross this dialog whatever, because the app from the version from the app is less than the minimum supported version. So let's go to our backend and change the minimum version to the version you have in the app. You will see that you will be allowed to cross the dialog box. So let's change the version we have from our postman. We go to 0 and 0. So we check from the backend. We can see now the version has been changed to 1.0.0, the minimum supported version. If we have the supported version, it will allow the user to close the dialog and continue his normal activities, because for if he matches the minimum version, it's optional to update. So let's check again. So now you can see that he can abandon the dialog box because you have made it option to update our application. Let's reverse it to 1.1 to make sure that the dialog will not close. And you have also to add button that will open the URL. So we have action button, I have to add text button, text open update app. So, and we also add another button, but an option button will be only visible if it matches the condition that it is greater than the minimum version. If check mean, we add the button to cross and have rapid widget. We add text button. After adding text button, we have to add on pressed. We add navigator dot pop. It means we are going to allow the user to cross the model if allowed to. So for here, we also add shrink the box to make sure nothing is available on the screen. So we have to open the app again. You can see that he will only see the button to update the app. This will open the link. So here we are going to put the implementation to open the link. So for the implementation to open the link, you have to add another package. We forgot to add it in the beginning, but we have another package for called URL launcher that will open our link. We will open playstore browser according to what's available. So if it's checking the minimal version, it's okay. It will also add the button to cross, but now it's not available because it's not matching the condition. So let's add another plugin that will open the URL to update the application. So let's check another package called URL launcher. This package will help us to open external applications that will handle the URL. So we add it, we call it pubget, sure, and then we run our application to add the dependencies while compiling. So after adding this, we call it here launch URL string. So we have to pass our URL. As you see in the version, they have to open this URL. We have to run again. We built it with an errors, so we have to build it again. So let's wait while it's compiling the app. But it has to open the URL from the Play Store. And if we change this version, we change it to the version you have in the app, it means the dialog would not pop because you have the updated version. So if we click update app, you can see that it will open the App Store or Play Store or something else. So I think this is good. For while ending our presentation, I can show you if we change the version to 1.0.0 and we change 1.0.0, it means that our app is already updated to the available app online. So it means that if we refresh, we are not going to see the dialog box because we are updated. So I think for today's demonstration it's enough, and make sure you subscribe for the next content. I know that next content are amazing. Hope you guys don't miss. So also turn on your notification for next content. Thanks.